Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to show you a very simple application which actually takes user input, and I'm also going to explain to you how to read user input, how to handle button clicks, which are called button click handlers or event handlers in Java and also in Android Studio, and how to pass on data from one activity to another activity. So if I click on this, I pass it on to the next page and you'll see the data comes over here. So basically, also to show the toast messages, we're gonna create this simple application from scratch. I'm gonna close this, start a new application again, and I'll name it Al Sahwa 2 because I already have Al Sahwa 1, Al Sahwa 2. This is the location it's gonna be stored in. Click next. Make sure your emulator on your hardware device has this Android level so that you can test it. Start with an empty activity. Main activity name is the primary activity, and finish. So I have now an empty activity. I'm going to design the interface which I just showed to you. Very simple interface. First of all, it's going to have a linear vertical layout. Why vertical? Because at the top there is the text box, and then you have button, and then you have the second button. So let's delete the default hello world. I need a linear layout inside a linear layout. There should be text at the top, because this user is supposed to write his or her name because that's the passenger name, and then a button, and then again a button. So edit text is here. I'm going to give it name et passenger name. Hint will be passenger name. First button's ID should be BTN one way because that's the one-way ticket button, and its text should be one-way ticket. The second one is BTN return, and its text is return ticket. So that's my first activity interface. Let's create the second activity now. Empty activity again. I'm going to call it confirmation, and on this activity I have only one button which takes me to the home. So one button. You can have layout if you like, but I'm just, because it's a very simple activity, I'm not having a layout here. So let's search for text. Text should be home, and then I also have a text view here just to show the result from the previous activity which is coming. So I can expand this if I like to, or I can actually put inside a linear layout. So let's do that. Put everything inside a linear layout, the home button and the text. The text is called TV result, meaning whatever is coming from the previous page. Please make sure you keep on saving everything. This is my home button. It's gonna be called BTN home, and its text is home. And this one is text view. Let me just give it ID TV result. The ID should be TV result, and its text should be empty because we will populate that. Anyway, let me just save everything. Now we need to start coding. Come back to main activity. Create the references. Create references. First of all, I need to create the reference for the edit text where the user is entering his or her name. This is name txt find view by id r.id dot name et passenger name. That's the one I gave it, and then the button. That's the only thing I need to create. Okay, let's come down and create two methods. Public void one-way ticket view vw, and please make sure you press alt enter so that the view gets imported. I don't know where this is coming from, so bracket open, bracket close. That's the first method for the first button, which is one-way ticket. Then public void return ticket, which should be outside this one-way ticket. Make sure this method should not go inside this method. All methods exist independently, not inside each other. And then it's a typing mistake. Another method. So this is for one-way ticket, this is for the return ticket. Let's hook up from the interface. So when I click on one-way ticket, the on click takes me to one-way ticket. Save it. When I click on the return ticket, the on click takes me to the return ticket. Please make sure you save it. Come back, just read the values and create an intent. This is the one we want to read, so let's copy and paste this here. String passenger name is equal to name txt dot get text dot toString to convert it, and you can copy and paste that here in the return ticket, but because that's exactly what you're doing, you're just sending a different message. And then you have a string which you need to create. String str is equal to, well, it said passenger name and plus, that's how you join string. Passenger name is equal to this value which the user has entered, and full stop, and then you selected one way ticket cost 30 dirhams, and you can just copy and paste this here also. The only difference is the cost is 45 dirhams and the user selected return ticket. So that's my string, and then I need to put it into, end it with a semicolon, because all lines end with semicolon except for the method opening lines and except for the if and else and for loops, etc. So now you need to create a toast and also pass it on. So create a toast T capital, it will show you this option, and in the text write this str, so it will show you the toast. And you can also copy and paste this in the second one. Okay, before passing it on to the next activity, let's just test it if it's working, this much work is working or no. That's my one activity finished with programming in about 10 minutes or less. My emulator is starting up. Let me just write the code for the intent. I think it's almost started. Okay, I'll write the code for intent. So now I need to start from this main activity and go to the second activity, which is the confirmation. So let's write here, the name is, my name is Murad, one-way ticket. Okay, it's reading and it's showing me the correct message as expected. Passenger name Murad, you selected one-way ticket, cost 30 dirhams. Passenger name Murad, you selected return ticket, cost 45 dirhams. That's brilliant. Now let's complete the intent. Intent I, it says, I don't know what intent is, so would you like to import? Yes, please. Alt enter import. I is equal to new intent, and what you write is from this activity to confirmation. So this comma confirmation dot class. Okay, and what else? Then you need to pass on this message also. So I dot put extra yes, put extra, and here a string which is message. It can be any string of your choice, and the value, actually the value is str, the same str I'm passing on to the next activity. Just copy and paste this to the return ticket. Why am I copying pasting it? Because I selected the return ticket. That's the differentiation I've already made in one-way ticket and return ticket, so I can copy and paste the same code, because it's gonna show me different messages because I have stored that message in the string str here. And when I open this in the next activity, you can see that it'll receive this message and it'll show. So let's start the second activity. Start activity I. So it will start this activity. Start activity. So basically I'm creating reference, the first line, second line I'm reading value from the reference, it is whatever the user input is, and then based on user entered value create a string, whatever, like he's written different names, and then show the message in a toast, and then create an intent, fill the intent with values, because when the intent is the, remember, it's like an arrow or a link between one activity to another activity, so it's basically taking you from one activity to another activity with data. So if you want to fill it with data, you have to put extra, you can put string, you can put integers, but with the key value pair. So the key is message and the value is str. What's str? That's the whole string. So the other activity will open this with the same key. Anyway, so this is the end of our first activity code, and the confirmation will just open it by get intent dot get string extra, and the same key is message, and you save it into any string, give it any name. I'm going to give the same name again, is equal to this, and just populate this on your text view. So create reference for text view is what, TV, what was the name we've given? Let's just, result was it, okay, TV text view, yes please import it, alt enter to import. TV result is equal to find view by id r.id dot TV result, and I want to show it on my result. Read the past message from the intent and then show it on the text view. So TV result dot set text str, finish. So that should be our complete application. Let's run this again and see what's happening. So one passenger name Murad, one-way ticket, you read it, you show it here, and also you show it here. Home, you have to write text code to take you home. So let's do that also in confirmation. I'll create the reference for the button home btn, okay, yes please import it, is equal to find view by id r.id dot btn home, and intent home is equal to new intent this comma main activity dot class, and start activity, not activities, activity home. So this is the name of the intent, and it should take you home. Okay, there's a semicolon missing here. Let's run this again, and it should be working like a charm. One way. Okay, yes, so there should be a button. This code is actually inside a button. Make sure we do that thing. It should be inside a button. You need to create a view for this, a view method, public go home view vw, and the code should be here. Alt enter to import this, public void go home, yes. So that should be all, I believe. Let's try and test the whole thing working. Now, unless you do this by yourself, I mean, don't just follow this step by step. Finish the whole application by yourself, and then don't follow it step by step. Close the video and do it by yourself, completely by yourself. That's the thing which is gonna give you practice. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button.